I was just getting ready to say we'll be recording tonight. And of course, the recordings are available on our website, usually about 5 to 7 days after the event. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our CEO, Tricia Meller, and take it from there.
Great. Thanks so much, Amanda. Hello, everyone. It's great to see you. I hate having it spotlighted with me, so I'm going back to gallery so I can see you all. I hope you're doing great. You had a very happy new year and happy holidays all the way around. I know we've got a lot to cover tonight, so I won't take a lot of time. But for those of you near the Bedford office, please be aware that our retail store and lobby are going to be closed for the next 3 days. So we're doing some construction work at the very front of our building or in the front lobby. So we have to close down. So please don't plan on a special trip into Bedford for that purpose. Okay. Just because we don't want you getting injured by any construction work. On the other end, it's wonderful to be joined by members of our board of directors and all of our great volunteers and the staff. I know that some of you are already well into cookie season and others of you are registering for camp or planning programs or are going, well, hoping for snow so you can go snowshoeing with the girls or any of those sorts of activities. So I will turn it back to the group. We are going to have a breakout with the board tonight for anyone who's interested in talking to the board about our policies. And also, don't forget that if there's a topic you really want covered during one of our meetings, please let us know so we can ensure there's time on the agenda to cover that topic, even beyond the question and answers that we always have available at the end. So we will be around after the breakouts for any questions as well. But I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for what you do for Girl Scouting. Back to you, Amanda.
Thank you, Tricia. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started tonight. We have a very full agenda for the evening, and I just want to make sure we can go ahead and get started. So hopefully my screen will pull up like it's supposed to, and we can go ahead and get going. So I will start real quick with membership numbers. As these are as of close of business yesterday. So as of close of business yesterday, we had over 5,000 girls with a girl retention rate of over 63%. Our adult memberships were over 2,000 with, of course, an extra 15, which is lifetime members, which is awesome. That is a wonderful number for both of those. Our adult and lifetime retention rate is almost 79%. We're sitting right there on the cusp. We'll be there before you know it. And our overall retention rate is sitting right over 69%. So we are moving forward. We are a little bit behind where we want to be. We are still showing growth, but just a little bit behind on some of those new girls. So volunteers, please take a minute and make sure you're checking your rosters and that everyone is showing where they're supposed to be. With that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the next person, which I believe is going to be Amanda Powell.
Thanks, Amanda. I'm Amanda Powell. I'm the team lead for volunteer support. We also have Anne-Marie Iorio, who is on the call with us tonight, who supports new leaders, Dee Dee Rice, Carrie Zames, and Michelle Moulton on our team. Next slide, please. I'm just going to go through a few quick updates and reminders for everybody. We're going to start off with some cookie booth and financial reminders. So when you're getting ready to sell your booths, when you're thinking about accepting payments for things for your troop, you want to make sure that you're using the digital cookie app for all of your cookie booth card transactions. It's super easy to use. My troop used it last year for our booth sales. It was really easy. We just had all of the leaders that were present. We had it open, ready to go, and we just took turns cycling through it. It was nice and quick. Make sure that you're not using Venmo for any of those transactions. You will be getting a 1099 form if you're using Venmo, because those are just for personal transactions. So those can't be used for troop business. If you do want to use a Square, you can use a Square, but we do suggest that you use the digital cookie app because we take care of all of those fees for you. So all you have to do is get it loaded, do the transactions, and enjoy your booth sale. Make sure that you're doing one more final check of your troop roster. I know you're probably tired of us reminding you about this, but it's really important to make sure that all of your adult volunteers, all of the girls are registered. But you may see some delays at this point if anyone is not registered as we work on processing things in the background. So if you are missing a volunteer, missing a girl, please make sure to get them registered as soon as possible, and we'll do our best to get that through the system as soon as possible as well. But it may take us a few days or up to a week to get that through for you. And finally, please make sure that your annual troop bank account information form has been turned in for this year. Those are due every year on October 31st. We may not be able to do a sweep or a deposit for the funds for the cookie sale program if we don't have that updated, because we look to those updated forms to make sure that we have the routing numbers and account numbers correct. You can fill those out right online. I will drop the JotForm link for all of you in the chat after I finish my little chat in a few minutes. So you can click on that. If you're not sure if you've turned yours in or not, you can ask your community accounting coordinator in your community. If you don't have one, feel free to reach out through customer care and we can let you know if we have your most recent updated form. Next slide, please. So just a few exciting reminders. So we are doing the Fill Your Troop incentive again this year. Our Girl Scout year is well underway, but it's not too late to welcome new girls into your troops. If you're a returning troop, so you were active last year, we have some special incentives as a way to say thank you to troops who recruit new members during the months of December and January. So if you add 1 to 5 girls to your troop during these months, you'll earn $20 per girl for your troop. We will pay those funds out to the troop in a gift card that can be used for purchases in our retail store or for program registration. Gift cards will be mailed in February to qualifying troops with a maximum of $100 per troop. And the second incentive is if you add 6 or more girls, in addition to the gift card, your troop will win a Build-A-Bear mascot. Your troop can come to our new Build-A-Bear location that we're just finalizing at our Bedford store to design and build your mascot, or we can ship one to you. You would choose the skin and one accessory to make it the perfect addition to your troop, and we'll reach out in February to make arrangements for your bear. Thank you. And one more slide from me, and then I see some chats popping up. I'll pop over and check those as soon as I finish this one. Just as a reminder too, we have the high altitude patch. So if you feel like your troop is ready to really focus and work on earning something like this fits really comfortably into your troop year. You earn this by doing Girl Scout activities like the cookie program, bridging, service projects. It's just a way to be mindful of things that will fit into your Girl Scout year to make a really good Girl Scout year for everyone. What you would need to do, there's 13 activities you must complete. There's 7 that have an asterisk on them, which means they're required, which means that your troop gets to pick the other 6 they want to make sure they fit into their year. An activity can only be used to fulfill one requirement. Once you've met all the requirements, you can fill out the patch program form and send it in to us, and we'll get those together for you. Again, I do see there's a bunch of things in the chat, so I'll head over there and see if there's any questions I can answer. Otherwise, thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. And I believe next we are going to go to Christine with some Girl Experience updates.
Thank you so much, Amanda. We can go to the next slide, please. So I'm excited to share that our program team has been very busy. Our program team is myself, Cassandra Gilson, Kristen LaValle, Ashley Guerin, Paula Kelly Murphy, Laura Barrett, and also our seasonal staff that we bring on the summer and to help out with some programming. And so we have lots of great programs up on our activity calendar that we would love to have you all check out. And make sure you're checking the calendar frequently, as we often are, adding additional programs or moving things around if needed with winter weather and whatnot. So please do make sure you're frequently checking out our activity calendar so you don't miss out on great program opportunities for your girls. You can see from this list here, we are obviously solidly in winter season here in New Hampshire and Vermont. So we have lots of programs where girls can go, maybe do some snowshoeing, look at animal habitats, all kinds of different things. And when you come to the calendar here, you'll find those programs. You'll see where they're happening, and you can click in there to determine if the age level works for your girls, and if your girls might like to participate, what the registration fee is. All that good information is right there. I also wanted to point out, along with all these great winter events that we have going on, is we do have some programming coming up for Girl Scout Week. So we have the My Promise, My Faith pins that we'll be doing virtually, and we're offering it for every grade level. And so that's definitely something you can look out for and sign your girls up for as a way to start getting ready to celebrate Girl Scout Week. And then during the actual week, we will have a variety of virtual and in-person programs. And you can find all those on the activity calendar in March. Also in March, we have our Global Leadership Conference coming up. This conference is for our seniors and our ambassador girls. It happens down at Salve Regina University in Rhode Island. And it's happening March 17th through the 19th this year. Lots of great workshops for the girls, things that really help to maybe challenge their minds and get them thinking about lots of different global issues that are affecting youth all around the world. So definitely a great experience for our girls, and we would love to have them join us. And then we do have a few programs that are happening every month that girls can kind of pick and choose if they want to participate in. Our magical baking program, Laura Barrett is doing that for us every month, and they're making all kinds of great things. Last month in December, they made some chocolate lava cakes. And then this month in January, they're going to be doing a lemon pudding cake. So lots of great things, and they're really learning about the science. And she does them in ways that you wouldn't typically think that you would bake them, really to bring that science element into the program. So those are a lot of fun. And we're also offering our goal for the Gold, Silver, and Bronze Award webinar every month. And so we definitely encourage you that if you have girls that are of those age levels, juniors and up, that if they're interested in learning more about going for these awards, that they should attend one of these virtual workshops. They can get questions answered. They might hear about sample project ideas, but just would love to see all of our girls earning these awards. And we can go to the next slide, please. While we might be enjoying the snow right now, I don't know if you have snow where you are, but I have snow outside my door right now. We are also getting ready for summer camp, and we are very excited for summer camp. So here you can see the days that our camps will be running. So we'll be running 3 day camps. Actually, we will have a 4th day camp that is going to be a volunteer run that I actually just got the dates for earlier today. So we'll chat about that one a little bit as well. But Camp Twin Hills will be happening up in Richmond, Vermont from July 24th through August 4th. Camp Seawood over in Portsmouth, New Hampshire will be running from July 10th through August 4th. And then Camp Kettleford in Bedford, New Hampshire will run from June 26th through August 18th, although there will be no camp the week of the 4th of July. Camp Whispering Pines, which runs in Franklin, New Hampshire, and is volunteer run, will be happening the week of August, August 7th through the 11th. And more information will be up on our website about Whispering Pines shortly. For our resident camp, Camp Farnsworth in Thetford, Vermont, they will be running their season from July 4th through August 11th. July 4th will be our Frolic Week, so that will run the 4th to the 7th. It's a great introduction to resident camp for our younger campers. It is like a 4-day, 3-night program for them. Gives them a little taste of resident camp without having to commit to that full 7 to 8 days. And then our CIT program for our 10th and 11th graders will run from July 4th through the 21st. And the next slide, please. We're also going to have some family camping and some troop camping experiences this summer for everyone to participate in if you're interested in, and you can see the dates that are listed here. For troop camping, these will happen at our properties. The Camp Farnsworth Troop Camping Weekend, that will include food in the dining hall, programming by our camp staff, but then supervision and kind of other programming during downtime coming from the troop leaders. Troop camping that happens at our day camp sites, the food is brought in by the troop, and then we do have some camp staff there to do programming throughout the day or throughout the overnight experience. And then we have a few family camping weekends coming up. So at Camp Farnsworth, our family camp weekend will be the 4th of, not necessarily the 4th of July, actually, it's going to be right before the 4th of July. And that will be from June 30th to this July 2nd. And then at Camp Kettleford, we will have family camp happening July 28th through the 30th. And I apologize, I did not change the themes on this slide, but we do have slightly different themes for this summer. So we are looking forward to those. And if we can go to the next slide. Just wanted to briefly talk about the registration process. So when you go online to our activities calendar, which we can drop that link here in the chat shortly, you will see the programs listed out by the week of camp. So you can scroll down to the month of July. You can see it'll say Camp Farnsworth, it'll say the dates, you know, July 7th through the 15th, and then, or like the 9th through the 15th, that's what I have here. And then once you click into that week, you'll see the various different program themes that are offered during that week. And so we have lots of opportunities for the girls to participate in different programs that might appeal to them. We are right now, we are offering an early bird registration. So what you see online right now is our early bird rate. And then starting on April 1st, that rate will increase by $40. So we definitely encourage you that if you know you're going to be attending camp this summer, to go ahead and at least make your deposit and get your space reserved before the early bird deadline ends. Our registration deadline is June 1st for camp, and we do offer financial assistance for camp. So you can actually, as you're registering for Camp Right Online, if you are in need of financial assistance, you can just click that box and then we'll work with you through the financial aid process for camp. And I think that is actually my last slide. So I think I'm all set. Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you, Christine. And I believe next we are going to go, I believe it's Robin that is going to be presenting tonight for product sales.
I am here tonight. Welcome, everyone. It's just so exciting to see everyone. Just a quick reminder about our dates coming up here. We are in the midst of our initial order, and I'm sure everybody has been very, very busy. Don't forget, girls can still set up their digital cookie for girl delivery or for gift of caring. Just a quick reminder, the shipping will begin on February 27th. All flavors at the current time are not available for shipping. This is a national decision or a statute that's been made this year, and GSUSA worked with Little Brownie to find the best way that we could assure to have our initial order cookies available to us and our covered orders of covered cookies available to us. So with that, that's giving us a very strong start to be able to have our initial orders ready to go. So those girl delivery orders still can come in. If you need more information about all of that, do get in touch with us. We'd love to help you so that you can then, in turn, help your customers and your families understand how important even those digital cookie girl delivered donations are. Consider adding some booth orders or booth cookies to your initial order. We do have a line when you get into the initial portal. You will see There is a booth line toward the bottom underneath where your girls are listed. You're able to enter packages there for your upcoming booths, which would help you, one, alleviate that first trip to your cupboard. Two, it's also going to give you an option to do some local booths on a week earlier than when our booths start. The cupboards will open on February 17th, which means boothing will start that next week, that weekend, the 18th, and go on through the rest of the season. By ordering some booth cookies in your initial order, you have the option to have a booth sale 1 week earlier if you would like. So it's a nice way to get your girls started. It's wonderful to be able to have those cookies on hand, because girls are certainly going to be having more girl delivered orders as the season progresses. You're also going to want to remind your parents to have an email, or to email each leader with your flavors. Digital Cookie does have a little capacity for girls to start tracking their inventory. However, with that, especially not knowing if all parents will, similar to the way the fall product sale works, it's better to suggest that your parents email you the tally of the flavors so that you can place that into eBuddy. Many of us have seen the little order card once the girls get through with it and have customers write on their laps and whatnot. And sometimes those numbers are a little hard to decipher. The parents will, and the girls will be able to decipher them, and they should email you with those totals so that you're going to be ready come January 23rd to enter all the troop orders into eBuddy. That is when the initial order concludes. Next slide. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention what we have coming up in the direct booth sale. So coming on after the initial sale through March 19th, you will want to make sure that you are watching for your delivery schedule from your, if you go back just a sec, Amanda, because I did start to go a little bit too quickly. I just wanted that calendar page one more time. I'm sorry, everybody. You're going to want to tune in to your community product coordinator. The deliveries will be coming in the window between February 1st and February 9th. So you're going to want your community product sale coordinator to let you know as a troop leader when and where you should be picking up your order. And if you are a CPSC, you should be hearing very soon from your delivery agent as to when your delivery will be. They are working currently, they are working out their truck routes and getting everything ready. Cupboards are going to open, as I said, February 17th. And again, the customers may opt for shipped orders come February 27th, and the sale will conclude on March 19th. Now, Amanda, thanks for going to the next slide. This Friday, we're going to have first pick for council booth sales. This Friday, the 13th, starting at 10 a.m., troops may go in and select one troop. What I did want to show you is, because eBuddy did have a facelift, you are going to see see the area look a little bit different. You're going to click on the booth sale tab. You'll click add and edit a booth sale, the blue button, and then it's going to open up another screen where you will click add, a little plus sign, and add. Once that opens up, it'll be similar to what it looked like in the past. If you are a previous seller, you'll be able to enter the location of your booth and be able to opt for one local one, or you can opt for any local ones. For the council ones, you're going to go to the booth tab and be able to just select the town, if there's Walmart in it, or wherever you're going to select. And once you click into it, you can put your number into it, and then it is your slot. I will have some little quick tip videos for how to opt for your booth locations. The council locations are still being confirmed. We don't have all locations yet. As you can see on the left, we do have a number of locations that we are working to assure that we have lots of options for Girl Scouts to choose from. So just if you go in on Friday and you don't quite see one that you're interested in, there'll be more that'll be coming in the next week or so. So the first council booth choice would be January 13th. The second council choice, you can pick one more on the 20th, and then come January 27th, there will be one more option, one more week that you can pick any number of booths that you would like. So next slide, if you would, Amanda. Once the initial order does come, you're going to want to look at the initial order tab. It looks different, similar to the way the booth tab looks different. So does the initial order tab. You're going to want to click on the girl's name and it will look just like it does on the app. So you can see that on the right. So whether you're on a computer or on an app, it's going to look just the same. You'll tap on a girl's name. It opens up number fields. You enter whatever was on that email that the mom or dad or guardian sent you, and you click save. It probably will have a pop-up to say okay. That will return you to the original screen, and you continue for each girl. So Daisy and Natalie and Susie, and you're going to enter all of those. And as you can see down toward the bottom, there's that line if you do want to add some booth inventory. Once you are sure your order is complete, you will click Submit Troop IO, and that concludes your initial order. Once you click the initial order, you're going to click on the rewards tab, and you are going to just go ahead. There's no options in the initial order, but you still do need to go into the reward tab and just go down and click submit in the rewards as well. Very simple, very, very simple with their new updates this year. Next slide, please. Just a reminder for everybody about the upcoming sweeps. And the one thing that hasn't changed too much is the way the sales report is laid out. The sales report is going to be your go-to document throughout the entire sale. Always check your sales report. On the left, it is your incoming inventory. On the right is payments or credits to your troop. The first ACH sweep will be February 24th. So that's a few weeks after you have picked up or you have received your initial order. So there should be plenty of time for everyone to get to the bank for that first sweep. It will be 30% of whatever your balance due is at that time. Now, if you look at the sample here, there's a little field just under the data that's on the upper left there that says ACH sweep, and it's going to give you the factor for what the sweep will be. And you could compare it to whatever the total amount due to council is at the bottom, but the little field in that section is going to give you the amount that you can expect to have swept. So as the girls are turning in money after they've made deliveries, remember they should be accepting money when they deliver, not in advance, but have those girls turn the money in as soon as possible so that you can get it into the bank. If you're a troop that doesn't meet every week or maybe every 2 weeks, you might meet monthly, you know what, get a box of Dunkins and Munchkins and have them stop by and drop off a deposit with you, even though it's not a meeting. It's really important for them not to be hanging on to a lot of money. It's important for you as a troop to make sure you're making those deposits, and then you will be able to have the first sweep. The second sweep will be March 24th. Again, it will be 30% of what is due. And then April 7th is the balance due, if any. If you've had a lot of digital sales, a lot of that is credited to your troop along the way. And we would then do a reverse sweep so that we are then matching up whatever your true proceeds are. So when we do these sweeps, just a reminder, that's keeping your true proceeds right in your bank account. So the ACH sweep is very handy. You don't have to worry about sending in checks or anything. Just make sure you're depositing, especially the checks. I do want to interject that. Make sure you're putting the checks in well in advance of the sweep date, because it does take some time for checks to clear. In this digital world, you think everything is instantaneous, but paper checks still do take some time to clear. So you do want to make sure those funds are available. I think I have one more slide, Amanda. And that's just a reminder of our virtual drop-ins. We've had a couple so far. Our last one, we had some great questions. People stopped in and we had a wonderful conversation with all of you who were able to attend that one. We are there without an agenda. We are there to say hello and help you with whatever your questions are. We do have some topics perhaps that you might want to ask us about, but quite honestly, those are only possible topics. The floor is yours when you come to our drop-ins. We want to make sure that you ask anything to help you and your girls have the most successful sale possible. So if there are any questions, we will have the breakout room. I'm sure the team here has been answering other questions, but we always are at customercare@girlscoutsgwm.org. So do get in touch with us. We're happy to help. Back to you, Amanda.
Thank you, Robin. And I think that this brings us to our breakout rooms. So we have a couple of different breakout room